got one that can see.
Hey, I want to share this video. This is from New Moon Rapture channel. I want to show you a picture first. Remember this. The best way to control the opposition is to lead it ourselves. They control both sides. That's how they lead it. I'm not talking about New Moon Rapture on this particular video because he's going to show another video that I'm actually talking about. But let's watch.
Okay, what's up, guys? There was a video put out recently called The Final Experiment, and it was a bunch of flat earthers saying that flat earth is now not true. Now, if you've been doing any studying, you know that flat earth is true. It is very biblical. But I want to show you who these guys are in the Bible, what they're doing. None of them are Christians, and I'm going to prove it right now. But you're going to see it for yourself. But we're here in 2 Peter chapter 2. It says, "But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who shall privily bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them." All these guys that made the video Final Experiment all deny the Lord that bought them. Every single one of them. And I'm going to prove it right now in the video. You're going to see them do it themselves. "And bring upon themselves swift destruction. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of." Now, the way this is done is that, they're making the truth evil spoken of. In other words, what they do is they say, "Oh yeah, flat earth's true," and then they do that for a few years, and then they turn on flat earth, which is biblical. And they say, "Oh, it's not true." So now when you speak of the truth, flat earth, it's evil spoken of. And that's what they're doing. Now, check this out. This channel is called The Fittest Flat Earther. And he also puts a piece in there by a channel called Russian Vids. And it's undeniable proof that all these guys are against Jesus Christ and against the God of the Bible. And they admit it. And they admit it in very dangerous and blasphemous ways. See for yourself.
Do you guys know this guy?
Real quick, and I'll let the video play. The guy on the bottom exposing it is the fittest flat earther. See, what he's going to do is he's going to represent our side, the truth in this case. But see, he's controlled as well because he's a really, really big TikToker, monetized, and he pushes that Christ already came back, that we're in Satan's little season. So what they do is they try to get you on a team. That's where your denominations come from, your Democrat or Republican. They want to gather you together so you're following man. You're not following God. And they divide. Like you said, both sides are controlled. That's what Vladimir Lenin said. The best way to control the opposition is to lead it. But like I said, the fittest flat earther, he has a bunch of really good videos, no different than Eric Dubay. But Eric Dubay, we all know that he denies Christ Jesus and all of that. But anyway, I'm going to let you watch the video. I just wanted to put that little disclaimer out there first.
Will Duffy, the guy that organized the Final Experiment, that experiment to look up into the sky to prove what the shape of the floor is. Well, I want to let you listen to something he has to say, and then you tell me if he's who you would want to trust to lead an expedition to find any truth.
So please, I beg you, we have to stop claiming that the 10 Commandments prohibit lying. That's not true. The 10 Commandments prohibit bearing false witness against your neighbor. Okay. We finally get to my conclusion on the matter of lying and deception, and that is this. After carefully looking at both sides of the debate, and after taking a very deep dive into everything I could possibly find in Scripture regarding lying and deception, I have come to the conclusion that neither lying nor deception are inherently immoral.
Yeah, that's the guy I want to come and tell me truth based on his experiment. Cool dog. Oh, and he's involved with all these other guys. Definitely involved. Of course, this is all for entertainment purposes. I'm sure Will Duffy was just joking around. He didn't mean a word of it. He doesn't really think lying and deceiving is no big deal. Nope. Entertainment only. Are you really still deceived by these deceivers? Let's see if I can help you out a little bit.
I love this video because it looks like animation, like something that somebody made, but it's actually real footage from the space shuttle, just sped up just a little bit. This looks like animation, and I'm very proud to know that it's actually real film. It's not a video game. People are living there. I know this looks like animation, but it's actually really real. I love this video because it looks like animation. It doesn't look real, but it is.
See if this from Austin Whitsitt seems familiar to you. Almost like they're trained in the same school of deception.
I know this may be hard to believe, okay? You guys give me feedback. Make sure you can hear me. We are in Antarctica, I can assure you. These are the mountains in Antarctica. Guess what? These are also mountains in Antarctica. These are all mountains in Antarctica.
So there's the space station. I love that this is not animation. This is film taken by a shuttle of the space station. And so this is real. It's not animation.
I can assure you this is where we are. We are clearly in Antarctica. Clearly in Antarctica. Clearly in Antarctica. Because after a couple hours, we began to be over that continent.
I just want to talk about the video that everyone's freaking out that Will Duffy made, showing signs of using a green screen. Everyone's saying they're not in Antarctica. They're clearly in Antarctica. They're clearly in Antarctica. They're clearly in Antarctica. So we got Fittest Flat Earther who's called me out for being a shill because, in my hands when I was saying, it's a Knickerbocker thing, and I went like this, right? And that therefore I'm a Mason because I did that. He wants to ask me about my Freemason pose when we took the picture with Rob Skiba, Bob Nodal, Jaron, Mark Sargent, Karen B. We're all at this conference.
This one right here, where they're all doing it, in literally the sign for a Master Mason is that exact thing. Oh, and I'll show you what Jaron has to say in a minute.
We're all at this conference. We're taking the first group photo ever of the big flat earthers, right? All the big channels. And we're all there. And when someone goes, we need to come up with a hand signal to represent flat earth. Guys, real quick, you know nothing about Freemasonry. What hand signal would you do to represent flat earth? Would you go like this? No, you'd go like that. Okay, and we all did that. Everyone's like almost all of us did it. We're like, yeah, that's it. And we took a picture like that. Right? And so that to a Fittest Flat Earther is proof that I'm a Mason, right? Some people are retarded.
No, Dave, that's not proof. That's just one piece of the puzzle of literally dozens upon dozens of pieces of evidence that point to that exact fact. And when I find Rob Skiba alive and well, who supposedly died of COVID, it will confirm everything I'm saying. Just give me about a week. And if you know me, you know I'll find him. Oh, and notice he got angry and called me the R word. You know who does that? Narcissistic liars that get caught. They turn to anger and name calling.
But then I would sound like, Tyler saying that, I'm good friends with Alex Jones. And I pretend I didn't know him when I met him for the first time. So I don't want to say that, but to not think that everyone in that place was in on it is naive.
I watched Dave with my very own eyes pretend to not know Alex Jones in this episode of InfoWars after he had already been on this episode of InfoWars. And did you hear what Dave said? It's naive to think that everyone there wasn't in on it. That would be referring to Jaron and Austin as well. He was literally talking about everyone in at Antarctica.
Hold on a second. Casey Lear is saying that I'm flip-flopping. I said, trust our best flat earth guys. And now I'm saying they're questionable.
I was literally watching this live with Dave on it and in the chat. And he verbatim said, like I just showed, If anyone was there, they were in on it. And then he's saying, trust our best flat earth guys, meaning Jaron, meaning Austin. So which is it, Dave? Trust them or they're in on it?
Everyone's saying they're not in Antarctica. They're clearly in Antarctica.
Damn it. We are clearly in Antarctica. Clearly in Antarctica. Clearly in Antarctica. Because
And so this is real. It's not animation. Now, this looks like animation, and I'm very proud to know that it's actually real film. It's not a video game.
They're clearly in Antarctica.
you know, I'm sitting right here telling you that it's real. And so if all of a sudden I'm an actor, I'm a shill, whatever, you're just ridiculous. We are clearly in Antarctica.
Are you sure about that, Austin? Because you sure seem to want to say it a lot. Are you sure?
Breaking news. In less than 24 hours, technicians have been able to identify the technology used to fake the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Amazon Studios has developed a state-of-the-art virtual production facility known as Stage 15, located in Culver City, California. This advanced soundstage features an impressive LED volume wall, a massive curved LED screen measuring 80 feet in diameter and 26 feet in height. The LED wall comprises approximately 3,000 LED panels and is equipped with Hun motion capture cameras, enabling dynamic and immersive backgrounds for film and television production. This studio can be transported and set up at any location around the world. Since there's no 24-hour sun in Antarctica, the only manner Pastor Will Duffy had to fake a 24-hour sun was to take advantage of Amazon and Disney movie-making capacity. A combination of movie studio and a real trip to Antarctica and Hollywood editing process will make this fraud almost impossible to be detected, spread the world far and wide.
And just to put a little bow on this gift I'm giving to all of you to gain this discernment from these deceivers is, look, Austin even had Wi-Fi. You want to see how easy it would be to prove they were in Antarctica? Austin was live streaming. All he literally had to do was open up his map and show his little blue dot right in Antarctica, right where they were supposed to be. Questions done. No one could even question that. But did he do that? Of course not.
David Weiss, Hibbler himself, and Jaron specifically here, and their disdain for Jesus Christ, make no mistake about it, they are all Antichrist at work here, presenting themselves as truthers. Let's take a look.
I don't believe in Christianity. Jesus Christ can suck my dick.
When the book of the law is studied, it can be seen to be a set of ciphers and riddles meant to conceal the lost words of the Temple of Solomon, which Crowley claimed to have discovered while researching the Zohar and Freemasonry. So in my mind, anyone who dismisses reading any of his work is not really looking for the truth.
So you just heard there from Jaron himself those very blasphemous statements about Jesus Christ, but he praises Crowley. Unbelievable. People can't see through Jaron. They never will. Let's take a listen to David Weiss with his garbage Moral Lands map, unproven, just made up nonsense, and obviously non-biblical. Let's take a listen here what David Weiss has to say about Jesus Christ.
Story of Jesus and many other religious figures have the exact same story. They were born on the same day. You know, they died and they were reborn 3 days later, which is the story of the sun hitting the solstice and then coming back. Jesus walked on water. Well, if you go down to the ocean and watch the sunset, the sun walks on the water right to your feet. And if you, Sophia, are standing, 100 yards or a mile down the beach, the sun walks on water right to you. So there is your personal relationship with the sun, the S-O-N, the S-U-N. There's so many things that they say about Jesus. Jesus was, the light of the world, the giver of life. There's so many things that you can relate to the sun. And then when I was talking with Jaron, he's the one that pointed out to me that the new sun is born in the north.
Whole point is, you see Jaron, David Weiss on the same page. Basically, David Weiss is stating how Jesus Christ is basically made up. Here again is David Weiss with Hibbler. Now let's take a listen to what Hibbler has to say about Jesus Christ. You're going to see that all these individuals are on the same page with the Satanists that run this world. They want you to believe that Jesus Christ does not exist. And that is the lie, the biggest lie of the world, along with hiding God's creation of this flat dome world we live on. And these people are nothing more than sellouts, playing the role and flipping the script when called upon. Let's take a listen to what Hibbler has to say right here regarding Jesus Christ.
It's religion. So they had organized religion stuff with different, this one has this God, this one has this God, this one has a guy that walked on water apparently.
Walked on water apparently, obviously talking about Jesus Christ, mocking Jesus Christ. Like I said, these are all deceivers working for the other side. And as many know, I've been calling out these fake flat earthers for the longest time, and people are coming to the same conclusion that I came to long ago regarding these individuals. Can't be more clear. I can't make it more clear. And in their own words, and with the signs and symbols.
And none of this was for entertainment purposes.
There you have it. They're all in on it. All of these big channels that are calling each other out. It's like the WWE wrestling. You have good guys and bad guys, but they all know each other. You know, they all gain followings, and then they expose each other. They keep you divided constantly.
One day, Jesus is coming. You may be at church. You may be at work. You may be asleep. God grant that you will be ready when he makes his personal appearance. My God, what if his appearance occurs on a Sunday morning? My prophetic word to you this morning is get ready, get ready.